think one of the best lessons you can learn is to sit very quietly and study what you're looking at. Aidan has been an entrepreneur for 2.5 years. Eve has been in business working with entrepreneurs for 15 to 20. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 to 25 years. Tony has been working with entrepreneurs for 32 years. Look at what you're seeing. Sorry. What does it do? I've been asked by the organizers, as you have not read my bio, I'm the president of a startup. We've been going for about 2.5 years in this iteration. It's my 3rd startup. The first 2, I didn't have any employees that I had to get rid of. I didn't make any money. Both of them went to bed, and I went back to work for 5 years in a job to pay off the debt. The 3rd time, I said I will not put myself through that. It is a true bootstrapped company. We have not borrowed any money. If we couldn't do something for a customer's requirement, we sat it out. We went and got a survival job. We didn't do anything until we could do it on our own bootstrapping. So that's where we are now, 2.5, 3 years later. I just signed my 2nd customer this week for a $10,000 contract. Yes. That is the high. That's why you're doing what you're doing. To have a customer who you've helped say thank you. That's it. So, I've been asked to tell you why I get into business. And I want to tell you this because I've followed it verbatim. Some of my experiences and lessons along the way. What are my highs and lows? Imagine giving yourself advice to a younger version of yourself. What would you say? Why I get into business? When I was about 10 years old, and this is so serious, I'm telling you this. The gun set that I asked for my birthday was Paladin. A lot of kids wanted the Roy Rogers set with the 2 silver guns. A lot of guys wanted the girls, I should say, wanted the 11s. I wanted Paladin. For those of you who remember, which there aren't many of you in the room, it was a black hat, black gloves, black gun belt with a single. That was the tough part because the Roy Rogers had 2 shooters on. But I just got the 1 shooter, but he had business cards in the package. And it had the black Rook Paladin sign. I used to go around as a 10-year-old saying, "Oh, I'm Paladin." I was like, "Oh, I'm Paladin." And introducing myself to people. That was really great. I love those business cards. I was, I think it was. And then I grew up a little more and I learned that lesson from my mother, it's okay to be young and poor, but not to be old and poor. So I realized I had to go get money, and since I only had, I sort of bailed out on my way to a commerce degree. I felt, okay, I've got to go get into sales because that's general and that's what my background was. So I went into sales and I could make lots of money. And for a while, I'm proud to say I did. So then after that, the 3rd thing that I thought of was after years of working for people who I felt were doughheads, I could do a better job on my own. So I finally, plus after my 5th layoff, I didn't feel I was employable anymore, so I went out and started my own business. I actually started the first one in between layoff 3 and 4, and my second one between layoff 4 and 5. We'll get more of that later. I learned that I can't do it on my own. As Tony said, you need a team. One of my books, my favorite book I'll refer to later, tells you all about this. I highly suggest that you haven't read it, go out and buy it, and it will give you the decision whether you want to be here or not. It really changes the way you look at this as to whether or not you want to be here or not, as to whether or not you be a team player, because you cannot do this on your own. The way many people say, well, I can do my own thing. I don't want to work for someone else. And that's wrong. I learned that the hard way. So, my lessons and experiences, my highs and lows. I don't have 14 minutes left, and I have 14 points I'll try to get through. I thought, one a minute, let's see what I can do. Number 1, get yourself a mentor. Find someone who did this type of thing you're looking at doing, and find out what they did and copy them. You will not do the same thing. It's not the same time or place, and you're not the same person. But find a mentor or 2 or 3. One of mine was dead before I even read his book, but he became my mentor. Find someone who's alive, write them an email and say, I want you to be my mentor. I don't care whether they write you back or not, keep sending them emails. And people who've done this, when they finally say, I achieved my goal because I followed you, they write back and say, good. By the way, you didn't need my help, but hey, if my book helped you, or if I helped you, or whatever, that's fine. And find one or two who you can get to go to coffee with and who will help you. But you have to have mentors. Don't do this on your own. That's a recurring theme, by the way, that I will have for all these ones. Don't do this on your own. One of my mentors, Earl Nightingale, he was a radio personality in the 60s, died in the 90s. One of his pieces of wisdom is that if you're going to do something, his whole life was built, decades of trying to find out what made people successful versus those who aren't successful. What was it that was different between those who made the success they wanted and those who didn't? Just in his life. And one day he woke up, surprise, and finally found out what it was. And the answer he found, which others had found over the decades and centuries, it's the lesson that I managed to hear his was, we become what we think about. We become what we think about. Lesson number one. So if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to make this happen, then think about it morning, noon, and night. Most importantly when you get up in the morning, and most importantly when you go to bed, always be thinking about this. And when you find yourself thinking about something else, say that little head, that voice inside your head, don't tell me I'm going to fail again or I'll slap you. You're going to be successful, now go away, shoot. Right? You're going to make this happen. And you all know what I'm talking about because you all have that understanding. Okay. So that's my number one lesson. My number two lesson is if you're going to think about something that's going to be successful, then think about what you are passionate about. That's what you should be thinking about. The best definition of passion I found is that passion is something you hate. And you hate it so much that you won't let your friends or family be affected by it. Passion is something you hate so much you won't let your friends or family be affected by it. So people who start companies to find a new drug, to find a cure for cancer, to find big ideals, they're doing it because they've been affected. They refuse to let it hurt someone else. Other people have other definitions. That works for me. And if it helps you, so be it. Because people say, wow, what am I passionate about? Well, what is it you want?